You must feel really privileged to be in a position to be one of those bands. Because so many bands just make records and they get through and they do fine, but you're one of those bands that provoke that reaction and, you know.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, and I think it's definitely it keeps us going. You know, I think I'm surprised how we've managed to sort of not totally reinvent ourselves, but certainly make music which is still relevant to ourselves. You know, and it doesn't. You're not repeating ourselves from the past. You know, and I think that the having that fan base out there is one of those things that really, you know, you feel in some way that you've got to keep it going, you know. Let's
talk about some of the other things that you've been involved in of late and amongst the making of the record you've done. No, it was nicely said. I just want to
mess sound a bit jaded though.
No, it doesn't. You know what? I tell you what, I'll put a contemporary spin on it. You've done well because you can play your asses off. Guitar Hero, you're involved in the Guitar Hero thing. Nice. It's always good. Good to be involved in the gaming world.
Yeah, you got to keep up with the modern tricks.
Have you played it?
Yeah, I had to go on it actually when we were mixing the album.
Play yourself?
I didn't play with myself, unfortunately, but we couldn't find. I think we bought the wrong one. We bought the World Tour game.
Right.
We didn't have the new one. You're on the new one, aren't you?
Apparently, Assassin was on the World Tour game, but we couldn't find it.
Yeah, me and Chris couldn't unlock it.
Right. Yeah, Chris and Dom were pretty good at it. I was actually okay on the drums, but I found the guitar I wasn't that good at it.
We were just rocking out to Living on a Prayer, you know.
Yeah, it's great doing something.
Anyone gives you the opportunity to play
with the Tiger as well.
There you go, exactly. Yeah, but you've obviously seen your likeness.
I haven't seen I've only seen they sent me screenshots when they were making the game, which showed me looking pretty buff.
You look healthy.
Yeah, looking very LA, and I'm not sure why that is. But yeah, that was funny. Yeah, it's funny how they do that. But that's the only thing I've seen. I haven't actually seen the game since it's been out. It is actually out now.
It's out. Yeah.
So I'll have to check it out.
It must be amazing for your fans as well to finally get a chance to play you. It's so weird. It's
weird.
I like it. It's a fun game. It's a great game.
Yeah,
I'd never played it before. Me and Chris worked it out in the studio, and it's just wicked.
It is actually. Yeah, that's the first time I've seen it.
You learn so much about music.
In the studio, that's exactly right.
You play all these old country
classic songs that I sort of recognise. What was that track by The Cult?
Yeah. I said yeah!
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Love Removal Machine.
Yeah, just tracks I haven't heard for years.
You need to go back and revisit that record, man.
Yeah, it's great.
Seriously.
We met him the other day, the guitarist the other day, yeah.
Who, Billy Duffy?
Yeah, he was doing a gig in New York and he said hello and he was a very nice guy.
He is cute.
I told him I played that riff on Guitar Hero. He was quite impressed.
Nice. He's a killer player, man. He's written some good riffs. Yep. You know, definitely. Going out on the road with a couple of bands on the immediate legs of this tour. You're taking the Big Pink out?
That's right. They're going to do the UK stuff.
They're a good
Biffy
band.
Clyro are going to come and do some stuff in Europe with us.
Nice. Difficult. Do you make decision as the band, or you somehow?
It's just me, really.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to look into bands for the American tour, which is next year, and for the summer stuff next year. So I'm definitely. But Don picked the bands for this upcoming tour.
I think it must be really interesting and fun to be able to sit there at that point. That's a cool decision. You know, that's one of the fun ones when the record's done. You go, okay, cool. Who can we reach out to and want to come out and hear every night? It's kind of the sort of like the ultimate little reward, isn't it? Playing the shows.
It's great to tour with bands that you like and respect and can have fun with as well. And I always like watching the bands, whoever it is. And
well, you're all fans of Biffy, right? I mean.
Yeah, well, they did the Wembley show, one of the Wembley shows, and they're a great band, and their new stuff sounds really, really good as well.
Yeah. So. Have you been stocking up on your DVD box sets for the tour?
What I've been watching? I've been doing 24. That's something that I never really watched, but I just suddenly did 6 series in 6 days.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's that addictive.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it just takes the edge off travel, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So done Lost, done all that.
Yeah. But by the time we get on the tour,
Entourage. I'm trying to catch up on Entourage as well.
Entourage is one of the best touring bus bits of TV to watch.
It is great for everyone
Get you in the mood for touring, yeah.
There's an element of that, for sure. And The Wire as well. Probably not so good for parties, but...
I'm yet to approach that one.
Me neither.
Everyone says that's very good,
People swear by it, yeah.
Californication, I like that.
Californication, I like that. Yeah.
There's a new one, apparently, which I haven't seen, which is supposed to be very good, called Eastbound and Down, which is a new comedy series you want to look out for in America, starring a guy who was in Tropic Thunder and Pineapple Express, the guy with the mullet. I think that's supposed to be very funny as well. We're going to talk about, the knock-on effect of Wembley, which is only really starting to sink in now, because you did Wembley and that was kind of it. Then you went back into playing your club shows and arenas. But now you've got to think about with this album. You've set the bar really high there.
Yeah, well, I think we've always aimed for big live shows like that. I think a lot of the music you can hear is sort of works really well in large concert environments, because we played festivals for years and years, right from sort of right at the bottom of the bill, sort of working our way up across the course of the first 3 albums, and so that really sort of got us in the mood for playing in front of big crowds. So it sort of seemed like the right thing to do, to go and play try and play stadiums. And also it seems like there's not that many new bands coming through. You've probably got Coldplay maybe, and it doesn't seem like there's that many new bands that are playing stadiums or like reinventing the stadium concert again. It seems to be always left to U2 to reinvent it every time they do an album, or groups like the Rolling Stones, which have obviously been doing it for ages. And so I think that's another attraction as well, is the idea of a new artist, a new style of music getting into that kind of venue and having a chance to sort of do it slightly differently.
Would you consider doing, touring, depending on how this record goes, obviously, but touring stadiums more like a solid run, as opposed to just a couple of one-offs?
I think we're going to try and do more next summer. we got some plans. I mean, it's no big secret, but I'm sure we'll certainly try and do some. We might do a few festivals as well, but we'll see. But we'd definitely like to do obviously some more in the UK, but certainly a lot more around the rest of the world and around Europe. And I think we can. And it's I just want that laminate that says Muse World Stadium Tour.
It's a good one to have, isn't it?
Which I don't know if we'll get away with it next summer, but I think we've always had a lot of ambition to try and achieve those kind of things, and as long as you keep on working at it, it's possible.